All right, guys, welcome back. Survival Living here. So, a lot of things going on here in our country. I got a couple reports here I'm going to go over with you guys. First off, you guys be safe out there. There is a lot of stuff popping up here in our country. First up was in Southport, North Carolina. This is actually a shooting that happened. It was Saturday night, so it was last night at 9:30 p.m. Nigel Edge, 40 years old, took his boat and went to a waterfront bar area, American Fish Company there in Southport, North Carolina, and opened fire on the crowd. He actually killed 3 people, injured 5. This just recently happened. They got him. He ran, well, floated away on his boat, and yeah, they got him though. He's in jail right now. Public outing, hanging out. I think most of the victims were visitors, vacationers. I mean, they still don't know why this person did this. Next up, of course, this morning is the shooting there at the Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints. This is in Grand Blanche Township, Michigan. Thomas Sanfield, 40 years old, shot and killed 2 people, wounded 8 other people. So as of this video, guys, there's a lot of people in the hospital right now. I mean, these death tolls probably will go up. Hopefully not. They took this guy out at the scene, and he also set fire to the church. But you know, being a prepper, we look at things and go, okay, I can prepare for this, I can prepare for that, I'm ready to rock and roll, I have this, I have that. And then something like this can completely change everything. You know, I remember 9/11, people were always saying that they just won't go to large events, things like that. And of course, the commenters on YouTube and the internet, well, you let terrorism win when you don't do this. They changed everything. Don't let them win. As a prepper, I don't go to large events. I don't go to outings. I don't go out to eat. Me and my wife go out to eat twice a year. We go to a restaurant we like to go to. I just don't go out. I'm not saying people need to live like a hermit. I mean, you got to live, but American Fish Company, let's take that one, North Carolina. This is a waterfront bar. It's out in the open, live music, drinking, good old time. And somebody floats in from the water and opens fire. You know, situation awareness. And I agree, you need to have situation awareness. And I read it on my comments all the time. 100%, all the time, head on a swivel. You're out there listening to loud music, getting your drink on, hanging out with your friends, on vacation. Odds are the boat that slips into the waterway behind you, because it's a waterfront bar, odds are you're not sitting there staring at every boat that's out there, because you know, sometimes there's a lot of boats at these slips and stuff. I guess the thing I'm trying to say is, when your number is up, your number is up. I wish I had some amazing tactic for you other than stay indoors and stay in your house all the time. I can't tell people to do that, nor would I do that. We limit our access and stuff like that when we go out. We have plans for everything. We have our route plan. We have another route plan. Enter a store, we're watching. But if somebody wants you, they're going to get you. That's just the facts. All right. Times are getting crazy. And I know that's probably disheartening for people to hear me say that. Never give up. I don't give up. Okay. The only answer I have for people is be alert as much as possible. You know, when Florida came out and they pushed, you know, the acceptance of open carry, you know, I'm all for open carry. Definitely 100% your Second Amendment rights. But I saw the other day, this person was in Walmart. All right, Walmart, you're not allowed to open carry, but I guess they really didn't see it, or they didn't care. I'm watching this older lady, and she is older. You know, she's got to be in her 70s, maybe pushing 80. And she's got this freaking hand cannon on her hip. All right, I'm looking at how frail she looks, and I'm looking at this thing. I'm like, huh. All right, I just don't see her pulling this thing out, let alone firing it correctly. It's just too much gun. But what really got me, before I piss off everybody, is that she's completely unaware of her surroundings. She's over there digging through the little fruit section and stuff, maybe it's vegetables, gun on display, and people are literally walking right behind her. I'm like inches away going around her and stuff. And she's completely oblivious. It's not hard for someone to disarm somebody. People will argue having open carry, having a firearm on you will deter criminals. I don't believe that. I used to believe that until I've actually seen people being disarmed because they're not aware of the situation. I mean, they got the gun with them, but they're not paying attention. Concealed weapon, as long as you got concealed weapon permits, which I don't agree with. I think if you are a law-abiding citizen, you've not gotten in trouble with the law and lost your gun rights, it doesn't matter if you have it concealed. But because the way the laws of the lands are and they're not changed, you know, I can't say do this because you'll get your ass in some serious trouble. But having a concealed weapon adds to the element of surprise against criminals. And I do still see the argument of, well, if you have open carry, they know when they walk in, oh man, all these people got open carry. Now that's a deterrent, sure. There's like 12 people all armed, sure. But let's say it's 3 a.m. in the morning, gas station, you know, whatever, you got your munchies going on, and you go in, and you're the only person in the store, and somebody else is in there, and you're half asleep, or maybe you're buzzing because you've been driving and drinking and whatever. Don't do that. Person sees the opportunity to take that firearm. I mean, people break in all the time houses to steal firearms. Snatching up someone's hip, using it on somebody. Yeah, it's it's just, I'm rambling here. My thoughts are mixed on the subject. As far as the shootings that we're seeing an uptake on, I see we're going to be having more and more. And I know there's going to be the commenters saying, hey, we need gun control. We need this. We need to take away guns. No. We have a Second Amendment right. We have the right to bear arms. Most of these individuals that I'm seeing doing the shooting and stuff, most of them in history, they're not even their own firearms. All right. Now, these two cases today, they are their own firearms. Nigel Edge, the one in Southport, North Carolina, the shooting there, he says he self-identifies as a combat veteran. A lot of weird things on his story. I don't know. I'm trying to look the guy up because one of his stories, he went to court. Should be some pop-ups there for you. He was saying that he was the date of country music star, and she tried to poison him. And he went to court over this stuff. I think TMZ broke the story on it. The story that he was telling the court wasn't even his story. It was another, her date was actually another military guy, wounded combat vet. I don't know, this guy might be. Then again, he might be one of those stolen valor pieces of shit, who knows. Then again, could be. I don't know, you can only get so much information when these stories come out. As far as the Latter-day Saint shooter, he is a combat vet. You know, I see both ages at 40 years old. There could be conspiracy runs on that too. You know, within days, the next day of each other, both 40 years old. There's no correlation or anything suggesting that these two guys knew each other or anything like that. I just hope that people try to stay as aware as possible. And trust me, I know you can't do it 24/7. You can't. But when you are out and about, do your best. Now, in the case of the church, these people were in church worshiping. The individual drove his vehicle through the front of the church, got out, and started opening fire. And then set fire to the place. The outdoor event, the waterfront bar, the guy slipped up on a boat and started opening fire on people. It's kind of hard to prepare for stuff like that. But other things you can as much as possible, okay? When you go out, have a plan, have routes already laid out. The reason I bring up routes when you're driving and stuff like that, guys, because I've had so many people say and contact me by email sitting there telling me that they go to the grocery store and they've had people follow them home. Could be paranoia, could be. The price of everything, if you flash too much money, it's a very big possibility. You know, I bring, when my sons were up here, I noticed when I let them pay for their own stuff, you know, they have their allowance. And I watch how they pull the money out of the wallet and, you know, laying it out everywhere. And then when they get their change, they're laying it down and all this stuff. I'm like, what are you doing? Completely unaware of the situation. I mean, everything. Had no clue. I'm like, you never do. I had to show them how to watch other people around you, especially at a register. There's all kind of people around. There's people sitting there watching you all the time. I had to show them how to take the money, put it in the wallet. They can quickly, easily count what they got, just looking at it and putting it away, getting rid of it, you know, getting out of the sight of public. So it's not a far stretch when people tell me that they've had people follow them. Just be safe out there, guys. I don't know. Maybe you guys can leave in the comment section what you think. How would you be prepared for these type of situations? I know hindsight is 20/20. Everybody can. I mean, I can look at it now and say, yeah, I'll be sitting out there watching the docks nonstop. But then, what about your backside at the bar? Well, because that's usually where the threat's going to be at, is within the bar, not outside the bar. But hey, please put your thoughts in for me. All right, guys, y'all be safe. Like I said, keep on prepping, keep stocking up as much as possible. But when you're out and about, things are heating up. Y'all need to be watching your surroundings. Speak to y'all later.